The Amazon rainforest isn't just a sea of trees and exotic wildlife. It's a vault of secrets, some fascinating, others downright terrifying. Beneath its towering canopy, the jungle hides ancient civilizations, eerie disappearances, and creatures that defy science. It's the kind of place where history blurs into myth, and the unknown lurks around every corner. If you think you know the Amazon, well, just think again. These 15 secrets will make you question everything you thought was true about the world's most mysterious rainforest. Let's start off this spooky journey with Number 15. The mysterious disappearance of Percy Fawcett. In 1925, British explorer Percy Fawcett walked into the Amazon, convinced he'd find an ancient lost city filled with riches. He never walked out. Fawcett, his son, and their companion vanished without a trace. No bodies, no wreckage, just silence. For decades, people speculated. Was he killed by an unwelcoming tribe? Did he succumb to the jungle's brutal conditions? Or, the wildest theory yet, did he find something so extraordinary that he chose to stay hidden? Some believe he stumbled upon a forgotten civilization, one that wanted to remain a secret. Others say he was executed for trespassing into forbidden lands. Even now, reports of a mysterious white man deep in the jungle pop up every few years. The real kicker? In recent years, satellite images have revealed traces of ancient cities buried under the rainforest, proving Fawcett might have been onto something. But his fate? Still a chilling mystery. Number 14. The Maricoxi. Deep in the jungle, there are whispers of a tribe unlike any other. The Maricoxi, as locals call them, are described as massive, ape-like beings, standing over 7 feet tall, covered in thick hair, and highly aggressive toward outsiders. They don't speak a recognizable language, just deep, guttural grunts. Fawcett himself claimed he encountered them during one of his expeditions. According to his accounts, these creatures wielded bows and arrows, but had a primitive intelligence, living in isolated groups deep within the forest. His description sounded eerily similar to stories of Bigfoot, but unlike North American sightings, these creatures weren't shy. They were territorial and hostile. Most dismiss them as myths, but here's the strange part. Independent reports from modern explorers describe nearly identical creatures. Could an undiscovered branch of early humans still be lurking in the depths of the Amazon? Or are these just stories designed to keep outsiders away from something even stranger? Number 13. The geoglyphs. For centuries, people assumed the Amazon was an untouched wilderness. Then, satellite images revealed something shocking. Massive geometric earthworks hidden beneath the trees. Circles, squares, and complex patterns were carved into the ground over 2,000 years ago. Some stretch as large as a city block, with trenches 12 feet wide and 13 feet deep. These structures, called geoglyphs, rewrite what we thought we knew about the rainforest. The idea that the Amazon was an uninhabited jungle before European arrival? Completely wrong. Experts now believe millions of people live here in complex societies, managing the land without destroying it. But the mystery remains. What were they for? Were they sacred sites, territorial markers, or something else entirely? Some theorists go even further, speculating about astronomical purposes or even extraterrestrial connections, given their eerie similarity to the Nazca lines in Peru. Whatever the answer, one thing is clear. The Amazon is hiding an ancient past we've barely begun to uncover. Number 12. Isolated tribes. Deep in the Amazon, where even the most experienced explorers hesitate to go, there are tribes who have never made contact with the outside world, and they want to keep it that way. Around 100 uncontacted tribes live in the rainforest, some of whom react with extreme hostility to outsiders. To them, the modern world is a death sentence. Historically, whenever a tribe has come into contact with settlers, they've been wiped out by disease, violence, or forced assimilation. One of the most famous cases is the Man of the Hole, the last survivor of his tribe. He lived alone for over 25 years, avoiding contact at all costs. Every time government officials tried to help, he disappeared into the trees. When he was finally found dead in 2022, his tribe's history died with him. Why do these tribes remain hidden? Some say it's survival. Others believe they know something about the Amazon that outsiders don't. Secrets better left undiscovered. Number 11. The Mapinguari. If Bigfoot had a rainforest cousin, it would be the Mapinguari, a towering red-haired beast with skin so tough that bullets supposedly can't pierce it. Locals fear it not just for its size, rumored to be over 7 feet tall, but because of its horrifying stench, which is said to disorient and paralyze anyone who gets too close. Stories of the Mapinguari have circulated for centuries, and strangely, they all share the same bizarre details. It has backward-facing feet to confuse trackers, a deafening roar, and an unbearable smell. Scientists dismiss it as a myth, possibly inspired by ancient memories of giant ground sloths that roamed the Amazon 10,000 years ago. But many indigenous communities insist the creature is real. Researchers have even mounted expeditions to find it. But with no solid proof, the Mapinguari remains one of the Amazon's most elusive monsters. Is it a lost species, a relic from another time, or something we're simply not meant to understand? Number 10. The Green Anaconda. If there's one predator that rules the Amazon's rivers, it's the green anaconda, the world's heaviest snake. Growing up to 29 feet long and weighing over 500 pounds, these giants aren't just legends. They're out there, silently lurking beneath the water, waiting to strike. Unlike venomous snakes, anacondas kill their prey by squeezing them until their organs shut down. They've been known to take down wild boars, caimans, and even jaguars. What's worse, once they swallow their meal whole, they can go months without eating, just drifting through the murky waters, waiting for their next victim. There are persistent rumors of even larger undiscovered anacondas, some over 40 feet long, with stories of entire boats disappearing without a trace. Scientists remain skeptical, but in a rainforest where new species are still being discovered, who's to say what's really hiding in the depths? Number 9. Silkhenge. Scientists have spent years trying to solve one of the weirdest mysteries in the Amazon. Tiny, intricate silk structures that look like miniature Stonehenge. First discovered in 2013, these silk formations consist of a central tower surrounded by a perfect circle of silk pillars, and no one knew which creature was making them. At first, researchers thought it might be a fungus. Then, tiny spiderlings started hatching from the middle. But here's the kicker. No known spider species make egg sacs like this. In the entire world, no spider has ever been seen laying only a single egg inside a web structure. Scientists eventually identified the culprit as a mystery species of spider, but its behavior remains unlike anything else in nature. Why does it build these tiny fences? Is it a trap, a defense mechanism, or something else? No one knows. But the Amazon spiders are full of surprises. This might not even be the strangest one. Number 8. Pink river dolphins. Pink river dolphins sound like something out of a fantasy novel, but they're 100% real. Unlike their oceanic cousins, these dolphins live in the freshwater rivers of the Amazon, and their distinct pink hue intensifies with age. Scientists say the color comes from their thin skin and blood vessels, but locals believe there's something more mysterious going on. According to Amazonian legend, these dolphins aren't just animals, they're shapeshifters. Stories say they transform into handsome men at night, seducing women before disappearing back into the river at dawn. Some believe they lure unsuspecting swimmers to their deaths, dragging them underwater, never to be seen again. While science dismisses the myths, one thing's certain. These dolphins are intelligent, social, and unlike any other species on Earth. And with deforestation threatening their habitat, the real mystery is how much longer they'll be around. Number 7. The poison dart frog. Bright, beautiful, and deadly enough to kill a dozen men, that's the poison dart frog. Despite its tiny size, less than 2 inches long, this frog carries enough toxin in its skin to paralyze or kill anything that tries to eat it. Indigenous tribes have used its venom for centuries, coating their hunting darts in the deadly secretion. Just one drop can bring down a monkey, or even a human. What makes these frogs so toxic? Their diet. Scientists believe they absorb alkaloid toxins from the ants and insects they eat, storing the poison in their skin. But here's the truly bizarre part. If you take one out of the wild and raise it in captivity, it loses its poison entirely. That means the rainforest itself plays a role in their deadly nature. And with deforestation on the rise, who knows what other deadly secrets the Amazon is hiding? All right, guys, now let's talk about Number 6. The Amazon Boiling River. Deep in the Peruvian Amazon, there's a river that shouldn't exist. A boiling river where the water is so hot it can cook anything that falls in. Known as Shanai Timpishka, this steaming body of water stretches for nearly 4 miles, with temperatures reaching up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cause severe burns or even death in mere seconds. The bizarre thing? There's no volcanic activity nearby, meaning the heat source remains a scientific mystery. Locals believe the river is sacred and guarded by spirits who punish those who disrespect the land. Scientists, however, think the water is heated by deep geothermal energy, rising from cracks in the Earth's crust. Whatever the cause, this river is deadly. Animals that accidentally fall in are instantly boiled alive, their flesh peeling off before they even drown. With climate change altering global water systems, who knows what other extreme and unexplored forces are still hiding in the Amazon? Number 5. The Amazon's underground river. Everyone knows about the Amazon River, but what if I told you there's another river beneath it, running silently 4 kilometers underground? This hidden river, known as the Hamza River, was only discovered in 2011, and it might be even bigger than the Amazon itself. Stretching 3,700 miles, the Hamza moves nearly as much water as the Amazon, but instead of rushing rapids, its flow is slow and steady, carving its way beneath the rainforest. Scientists believe it plays a major role in feeding the Amazon's ecosystem, but because it lies so deep, it remains largely unexplored. Could there be unknown life forms living in its depths? Could this underground river explain some of the Amazon's strangest myths? For now, it remains one of the most fascinating and least understood natural wonders of the rainforest. Number 4. The Amazon's mysterious black jaguar cult. The black jaguar is already one of the most elusive predators in the Amazon, but for some, it's more than just an animal. It's a god. Deep in the jungle, whispers persist about a hidden cult that worships these rare, shadowy creatures. Legends tell of secret ceremonies where followers, dressed in jaguar skins, supposedly drink a hallucinogenic brew and communicate with the spirits of the jungle. Some explorers claim to have seen remnants of stone altars and strange carvings depicting humanoid figures with jaguar heads. Others believe this cult is connected to disappearing researchers and lost adventurers, suggesting that trespassing too close to their sacred grounds results in people vanishing without a trace. While no one has officially proven the cult exists, the jaguar holds deep spiritual significance in Amazonian culture. Are these stories exaggerated, or is there truly an ancient hidden group protecting something, or someone, we aren't supposed to find? Number 3. The rise in Amazon forest fires. Once the Amazon rainforest was thought to be fireproof. Its humid climate and dense vegetation made wildfires rare. But in recent years, fires have surged at an alarming rate, many set deliberately by farmers and illegal loggers trying to clear land. In 2019, the world watched in horror as smoke from the burning Amazon turned the skies of São Paulo black, even though the city was thousands of miles away. The fires that year were 84% higher than the year before, marking one of the worst environmental disasters in recent history. Beyond destroying wildlife and displacing indigenous communities, these fires are accelerating climate change. The Amazon acts as a carbon sink, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. But when it burns, it releases all that carbon back into the air, worsening global warming. If the fires continue at this rate, scientists fear parts of the rainforest could turn into a dry wasteland within our lifetime, and once it's gone forever. Number 2. The Amazon's shrinking rainforest. For millions of years, the Amazon rainforest has been one of Earth's most vital ecosystems, a place where nature thrives uninterrupted. But in just 50 years, humans have destroyed over 17% of it, and the damage isn't slowing down. Deforestation is the main culprit, with large sections of forest cleared for cattle ranching, illegal mining, and agriculture. But it's not just about the trees. Entire species are disappearing before we even have the chance to discover them. And here's the real horror. The Amazon plays a crucial role in regulating the planet's climate. The more it shrinks, the less carbon it absorbs, accelerating climate change worldwide. At this rate, scientists warn that the Amazon could reach a tipping point, a stage where it can no longer sustain itself and starts to collapse into a dry, lifeless savanna. If that happens, the consequences will be global and irreversible. The Amazon is dying, and we're running out of time to save it. Number 1. The wayward humpback whale. In 2019, scientists stumbled upon something truly baffling in the Amazon: a dead humpback whale, stranded deep in the rainforest. Humpback whales belong in the ocean, thousands of miles away. Yet there it was, a massive 26-foot-long whale carcass lying among the trees. The questions came fast. How did it get there? There were no signs of flooding, no evidence of a tsunami strong enough to push a creature that size inland. Some suggested the whale might have been carried by an extreme storm, while others theorized that it had been sick, confused, or even chased by predators into the river system. But none of these explanations made perfect sense. To this day, no one knows how a full-grown whale ended up in the Amazon. Just another reminder that the rainforest doesn't just hide its own secrets, it swallows the world's mysteries whole. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you soon.